Hello, 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 everybody. It's your girl, Bunmi Adeniran in the studio. Today, I have an amazing lady, a beautiful inside out lady. I know probably she doesn't think like that about herself, but trust me, she is very respectful.
Oh,
She loves the Lord. That's one good thing about her that I like. I really, really like the way she does the things of God. She doesn't discriminate like my children says. My children says I discriminate sometimes, but she doesn't. Maybe because I scold people a lot. So, but one thing that attracted me to her, one time she told me she was in school. Maybe this was like 2 years ago. I know she probably won't remember. Or 3 years ago, she said, "Oh, before I do school, before I whatever, and all of a sudden, she got pregnant. I'm letting her business out now. And then she had a baby boy, and I'm like, school. Apart from school, she does a beautiful job. A beautiful job. You learn to meet her. Please welcome with me to the studio, Mrs. Mary Omisore.
thank
Thank
you
you
so
for
much.
coming.
Thank you so much for having me, Ma.
Thank you for coming. Please tell me, who is Mary Omisore?
Wow. Uh, so I am a baker. I'm an accountant. I went to school here. Started school here. I did have a degree, or I started out having a degree in engineering. Fun fact about me in Nigeria, but I got married during that time, um, and moved here to meet my husband. I think it was in my fourth year, and then there was a strike, and Nigerians striking. So, so my husband said, "Come over," and so I started education all over again.
Wow.
Um, yes, I am the last child in a family of five. My parents have five children, and I'm the last. I'm the baby of the house. I am married to an amazing human being who's been my
Oh,
support from get go. We have
I
our
like that.
moments, but
Everybody
yeah,
does. Even after 32 years, we do have our moment.
yes, we do. I have three beautiful children, 7, 6, and 2. Well, one, but he'll be 2 next month. I own. Well, my husband said I'm CEO, so let me say it that way. I own a small business. It's called Ade's Cakes. I'm a baker. Started out as child's play, but here I am to the glory of God.
Thank you very much. She said it started like child's play. If everybody looks at the topic of this program, it says education is not enough. And I'm not saying it's not good to have education. Trust me, I went to some small school too. I have some degrees to my name. But let me just say, like when pandemic started, thank God I've already started doing talk show. I've already started being an influencer on network right like a month before pandemic started. So I was telling myself, if not that I was a nurse, which we are essential, if I was a teacher and pandemic just started, I can't go to school, I can't do anything, what would I have done?
Mm,
So I thought about it and I said, my degree is not enough if I don't add skills to it. Adding skills to it is what makes Mary Omishore a special lady today. So you said cake started like a child's play. What do you mean? Did you go to school for it? Did you?
I went. I thought about going to school for it, but no, I didn't go to school for it. My school was Google and YouTube.
Wow.
And I wanna start out by saying this. So I know you might probably bring it up later in the discussion, but I feel let me because I'm a woman first. I feel every woman should have a skill,
Mm.
be creative. Um, I'm grateful to God for what He has given me. When I came to America in 2011,
Wow.
I I didn't. I was baking for like I baked in Nigeria, but it was just to eat in the house. I wouldn't even bake my own birthday cake or my sister's birthday cake. My sister was a caterer, so I learned baking from her. So it wasn't something I loved doing it, but it's just not something I was going planning in the future that I was going to do. But my mom always had us. My elder sister can sew. My sister is a caterer. My brother is an artist. She just had this thing about giving us work in our hands to learn stuff, and I'm grateful to God for that. And so I would cook with my sister, bake with her, and in Nigeria we were doing the whole toneba in a bowl. There was no mixer or anything. So I feel as a woman, you cannot afford to say you don't have. I know I might touch a few tender spots for some people, but you can't afford to say you don't have something in your hands that you're a mom. I saw on Instagram, if you're not a mom, you're a mom to people. I don't know how to say it. You're a sister, you're a friend. There's something you can help with. There's something you can do to impact people around you. I saw something on Instagram, the way they suggest videos for you sometimes, and it's a lady doing a master class on how to clean your house, and she's a mom. And she's doing it well. People are signing up for her classes, and she's making her money there. Because I was curious, and I clicked on it, and it's like how to manage the house, clean the house with the children in the house, especially with the COVID-19 around. You have the children in the house. So I digressed.
That's okay. It's a good digression. It's a very good digression.
I digress. So okay, let me go back to I think how I started.
Yes.
And so it was when I moved here, I was doing makeup and gele in Nigeria for weddings, for parties. I would do for people. I was being paid to do makeup and gele. I'm sure people didn't even know that about me. But I got here and there was just so many competition. Truthfully, I was put aback about it. And I just started baking in the house. I would make up for a few people just for fun, but I just felt, oh, there were people better than me that would do it better. I got here and I just saw a lot of hands everywhere doing great things, and I just knew, I don't think I would thrive in this. I knew I could have. Maybe it was God directing me towards here. Sometimes we get pushed from something and we think, oh, we're being lazy or we're being putting ourselves down, but sometimes it's God talking to you. I also prayed, not like a serious prayer and fasting period, but I prayed about it, and I'm just grateful that it was God that brought me to this point that I am right now. And it started out with a sister coming to the house. Can I say her name? A friend coming to the house, and she said, she probably doesn't know, but let me say her name, Kenny. She called me. I baked cake in the house, and she tasted the cake, and she was like, "Why don't you charge for this?" And that put a light bulb in my head, And I looked around, and I didn't see a lot of Nigerian bakers per se. Most people I meet, they'll be like, oh, they don't like Walmart cake, they don't like Kroger cake, they want Nigerian field cake, they want, and that's how I started. I started out, my first cake was my son's birthday cake. My first son's first birthday cake. Wow. In 2012. That was my first cake that I made. And then after that, I started charging for it. Of course, I had a lot of falls. I had a lot of discouragements, especially when you do something for a customer and they didn't like it. And I was discouraged so many times. But I'm just grateful for where I am right now. I don't take it for granted at all. I look back on where I started and I look at where I am right now. Wow, it's been an amazing journey, and it's just taking that first step. Truthfully, I still work, but having this on the side is just sometimes that extra that comes in is just amazing. That okay, I can breathe, especially just sometimes when you just need that extra and it just comes in, and it's just something that I'm grateful for.
Thank you so much, Sister Mary. You've said a lot already. But I'm going to take you back to where you started. It was
Okay.
your sister that is a caterer,
Yes.
and you started watching her do things, and that is basically how you learn to bake cake.
Yes.
So I think what you're trying to tell us is that it may not be what you really wanted to do. You were not called out to be a caterer,
No, I
but
was.
you put your mind to learning how she does things. Maybe you only learn it because you wanted to help her out. But right now, it's paying some bills, some little bills, maybe
Yes.
not a lot. Thank you very much. That's good. So now that you are baking, an accountant turned baker, a teacher turn an engineer turn a teacher, turn accountant, turn a baker. Let me give you all those accolades. Do you improve yourself in baking, or you just bake one style cake?
Yes, I do. I try out a lot of things. My test subjects are my children and my my husband. They try out every new thing I do. I try out new styles. I watch. Uh, so we, I educate myself. Let me not. Let me personalize this. I try to educate myself. All my, I need to make a T-shirt cake. I'm on YouTube watching all everybody that I ever tried this. There are a lot of resources out there. I watch videos. My husband is always complaining I'm always on the phone, but he doesn't understand that me, I'm doing this to teach myself things. I'm watching videos. I'm looking at um the way people do it, watching videos, educating myself, trying to teach myself new things, trying it out, and practice makes perfect. Practice makes you do better. It doesn't make you perfect, but it will make you do better. So and you can practice by looking um at stuff. You can practice by watching things. When you even listen to things, sometimes it helps you grow things, do grow better. So imagine watching something. So watching videos, looking at Google is, I always say Google is your friend. Google has helped me a lot. I just have a question, I go on Google and just search for things out. And that's how I teach myself.
Okay. She said um, she went to school to be an engineer, and then she changed to accounting. But before she said that, she said her mom is the type that make people do hands on. Am I right?
Yes.
What do you have to say to moms these days that insisted on their children studying? Mommy, please don't text me and don't write me email. But they are so bent on you have to study law or nursing or engineering or pharmacy, or especially we applicants, we are very,
Mhm.
very academically minded.
Yes.
Very, very academically minded. We just want to go to school and do book. And don't get me wrong, book is good, but
Oh yes.
this dispensation, I think book is gonna be very soon obsolete. That hands-on is gonna matter. Tell
Hmm.
me, what do you have to say to those moms that are bent on their children? I have a girl, let me let you understand that question. I have a young girl that loves to braid, but each time she's starting to braid, her parents will be like, "You just want to be braiding? Is that what you want to be doing?" You know how we talk, we parents. You just want to be braiding hair. You don't want to go to school. You don't want to be a lawyer. Your colleagues are going to be a doctor, and you'll be braiding their hair. Please say something about that.
Huh. Say touchy. Okay, so me, I want my son to be a doctor or a lawyer. But that doesn't take away from them having something creative in their hands. My son is always in the kitchen with me. Funny enough, he's even more in the kitchen with me than my daughter is, which is weird. If sometimes I'm there, he's like, "Mommy, can I help you do this? Can I help you cut this? Can I help you do this?" So and I'm grateful that he wants to learn, and I will encourage it. If he wants to learn how to be a chef, fine. But that doesn't take away from the fact that he will still go to school. But my point is, because my mom stressed that I should go to school. She went, even when she had an issue with my husband bringing me before I graduated. But even when I was getting an airplane, she was on the phone with him saying, "Let her go to school, or let us," you know. But I encourage education. My accounting degree is helping me in my small business. Funny enough, it's helping me a lot. So I would definitely encourage education, but there, you don't take away from the fact that being creative is also very good. Using your hands, even the Bible talks about using the works of our
Whatever
hands.
you find in your hands.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Whatever we find in our hands, that use being creative. I see there's this lady on Instagram that does she's an accountant too, and she just does interior decor in her house. That's been creative. They could have paid somebody to do it, you know. People that cook, I buy food sometimes for events. I don't want to cook. Not that I even buy more because I don't want to do that stress. It's stressful for me. So those are things you can do. Being creative. This is a lady that makes t-shirts. A lot of craftsy people in this COVID-19 period. There are a lot of things that are needed now. So I feel we don't take away from education. Yes, because even truthfully, how many things do education teach us? People are going for the grades. I truthfully went to get my grades and I was done. And I learned, but I was after my grades also. So there's no the education system right now doesn't teach you how to teach you skills. You know, you can't learn how to be an entrepreneur. You could, but it's not in the curriculum per se. I could be wrong. I could be corrected or wrong, but I feel that there is much more that you could do with your hands that could that parents need to encourage truthfully.
Their children.
Yes.
Yes. You were talking about seeing ladies on Instagram, and one day on the Instagram, I saw this lady. You know how they suggest videos for you on Instagram, like you saw the other lady, and it was moms, maybe moms in labor or moms to be, something very catchy.
Mhm.
So I clicked and I watched it, and all that lady was talking about is, I think she has 3 children, how her first trimester is, the symptoms that she experienced, and her second trimester. And then she started comparing first child to second child. You know how many followers that lady has? And I'm like, my life, I have had all these children. Eh? If I had recorded, thank God, I would have had up to 20. If I had recorded every nausea and vomiting that I had each semester and turn it into a lesson on
Yeah.
Instagram, I would probably be making money from it.
Yes.
On a serious note,
Everything now is a money making venture. Which is great. People are opening their eyes to see being on YouTube, talking about yourself. Somebody is learning something. If somebody
yes,
can learn from that, you're getting paid for it.
yes,
Um, that's been creative to me.
yes.
So there's
And
many ways you could be creative. You can use your mind, your
mm,
hands, your
mm,
legs,
mm,
your heart.
mm,
Loving somebody, loving a situation, loving people. That's creativity in itself. You're helping somebody by loving them.
mm.
People do motherless homes. That's love. People do take care of widows. I mean, people take care of children that are motherless.
Orphans.
That's love. And isn't that being creative? Who else
So
thought about it before they did, before they stood up to do it? So that's my point.
okay, so you're telling me that it's not only doing that is being creative,
Mm-mm.
not physically doing,
No,
but
not only.
contributing.
Yes, yes.
That's a lesson I learned. So it's not what you do alone. Having an orphanage is creative.
I feel so. Who else would have taken care of those children if you did not rise up to do it?
Thank you. Thank you. That makes
Who
me feel better. Thank you.
feed widows if you did not rise up to do it? I didn't do it. I think somebody did it. Isn't that a creative way of helping God? God will
Mm.
come down himself to do all those things. So I feel every way we can be creative, especially if it furthers the kingdom of God. I'm hoping through my small way and my small contribution, I am helping to do something too.
Okay, I have another big question. You are a mother of three beautiful, lovely, run around
Ha!
children. Let me put that run around. You know that one that runs around a lot.
Yes.
Let's keep our identities secret. Don't don't put my lady on the line like that. How do you juggle being an accountant,
Phew.
a cake person, a mother of these wonderful children, and a wife of my brother? How do you juggle it? Because every one of those titles has an assignment attached to it.
Yes.
Go ahead.
It's a testimony. I must say. I remember my when my mom came. Let me start from there. When my mom came, when I had my last child, and she one day she said she was looking at me moving around doing things, and then she called me. She said, "If they had told me that of all her children, I will be the one that is most hands on, and I'm the one that is I have octopus hands," that she would
Mm.
never believe it. That she would tell the person that go and sit down. Have you seen my daughter? This have you seen my other daughter? That this one? No, she can never be. But she said that she's grateful to God for where I am right now. And I'm most grateful to God. Sometimes God puts you in situations to make you stronger. And I feel moving down here to America, away from my family, made me stronger. I would have depended mostly on them. But when I got here, I had to depend on God first and then help myself be strong. So I feel I don't know. People say it, but I don't see it. I don't. I guess I don't know how the strength came, and I keep saying I'm grateful to God. But it's just been God. I don't even know how I do it. Sometimes I'm up till 3 a.m. because I have to finish up a cake or something, or I'm up till 4. I still have my 9 to 5 job. Um, I still have, and then being at home with them, it's just been good. Truthfully, I don't know how God does it because it's not
Okay,
me.
okay. Let me help you. I know we believers, it's just God. For every believer is God. And I'm
Yes.
a believer. And I'm a believer. But God doesn't plan your schedule.
Okay.
God gives you wisdom. I
Yeah.
agree. Please, Christians, don't write me. God doesn't plan your schedule. You must have a planning mind to survive
True.
all those things that you juggle together. That is where I want you to say, do
Okay.
you a day before say, tomorrow, how many cakes do I have baked? How do I start?
Mm, okay.
Go
So
ahead.
I have a whiteboard on my fridge actually.
Now we are talking.
I have a whiteboard on my fridge, so I am always writing down everything I need. I have my notepad on my phone. I have reminders. I'm not superwoman, truthfully. I do have all those things, but also you could have those things and procrastinate. So I procrastinate a few things. I put some things at the back burner sometimes because I want some things to move forward. So yes, like you said, is trying to schedule some things, put some things where they're supposed to be. If it's not pressing, I push it to the back. And sometimes pushing it to the back can actually make you even forget it as a whole. And people think you procrastinated or something, but it's just that it was forgotten, which I'm sorry if I forgot anything. But yes, I do have schedules. I have dates on my whiteboard on my fridge, so I don't forget. I have notes on those dates. I have names. I have a lot of things that are helping me, and thank God for technology. Now you have your phones to remind you of a lot of things. I can take notes wherever I am, whatever I need. So that's helped me, truthfully. schedule my time,
Okay,
especially
thank you.
yes.
Thank you so much. I think where I'm going is that she's not superwoman. She's a normal person like you and I, and she wears different hats as a woman. She does cake, she does accounting, she's a mother of three young, and I mean young children, and she's a wife. And she does a role in our church. So at least I can add that to it. So that's five different hats that I know her to be wearing personally. But she just said something. She has a whiteboard on her refrigerator. Some people have a, a blackboard somewhere in their house. And where I want to come in on that is that yes, God is very good, and relying on God is very excellent. But doing the human part is very, very crucial.
Hmm.
God is not going to go do an appointment for you in downtown. If you have an appointment in downtown, where God can come in is to give you the ability to plan your day and set a reminder on your phone. Holy
Sure.
Spirit can remind you. I'm not saying Holy Spirit is not perfect. Yes. But if Holy Spirit realizes that you are not doing your job, I bet you Holy Spirit will not remind you. If you are
Sure.
living the role of a human being to Holy Spirit to do. So let's learn from Mrs. Omisore. She has a whiteboard. She uses her phone reminder. She prioritizes things. I believe that's what you said.
Yes, ma'am.
She prioritizes things. We have a lot of young ladies online. Can you advise them? Young ladies like high school ladies, I'm saying some college ladies. How do they know what they're good at? You made a statement that you started by doing, one time you made my headgear, I remember a long time ago. You said you started by doing headgear and makeup, but then you stopped. Why? And after you stopped, why did you choose this for the young ladies?
Um, so like I said I saw a need that needed to be filled. I felt there was not enough bakers. That was my thought because everywhere I turned to, I saw a lot of makeup artists. So I feel um know what's important at that time, know what's needed at that time. And that's where education comes in. So you might not even be educate yourself on. I read books, I read articles, I watch the news. Educate yourself. Instagram is not the only source of information. Facebook, or that's the only one I know right now, and Twitter. Or I'm only on Instagram and Facebook. But you need to educate yourself. Read articles, read people's memoirs, read books, um, watch the news, see what's going on. Just talk to people around you, I guess. Also, I want to stress, pray about the community of people around you. Also, um, I let me use myself as when I was branching into baking, I met someone in church, not just in a church. Someone introduced me to her and said, "Oh, she's a baker," and I said, "Oh," I introduced myself to her. I was like, I wanted to learn more about baking, if she could assist me and all that, if she, and then the reply I got was even much more discouraging. I was like, okay, it's not even meant for me. She was like, oh, when I start my school, I can call you, but it's not for everybody. She's not, I felt so discouraged. And somebody overheard and said, let me introduce you to somebody else. And that person was my community till today. We're a group of five ladies that found ourselves or were introduced by just this one glue. We call her the glue. And I'm just grateful to God for leading me to her. You know, she when I was even thinking of going to baking school, she was one telling me, you don't know, you don't have a computer, you don't have phone, go on Google, go on YouTube, you know. And you need to know the people around you first. You need to make sure the people around you are the ones that are leading you, not dragging you back, you know. And they must also be pushing you to be better. That's my take from it. So to the young people, I'm young.
Yeah, I know. I am too.
To the younger people watching right now, friends, the people around you, and sometimes even your family might not even believe in you. That's where branching out. If you feel that that's the passion you like or you want to take, don't take away from education. I always stress this. Education is important, but it's not enough. That's what I feel. Um, so also build a community around you. You need to have better friends. It's good to have friends, but make sure they're friends that are pushing you. If they're not telling you good, if they're not instructing you and chastising you at the same time and teaching you, then you need to look for people who will teach you, that will correct you, that will tell you what's good, what is bad that you're doing, um, that will lead you. So if I've read somewhere that if you're the leader in the group, then you should find another group, because you can't always be the leader in a group. You need somebody to also, you know, be on top to teach you to. So I feel to young people, you need to improve yourself. You cannot overstate that. Friends, growing up, my mom is always saying this. There is no friend, but there are there are friends that can lead you. You need to find friends that's true friends that stick closer than a brother. You need to find those kind of people. And the community of ladies I have, we call ourselves kicking friends. Um, it's we teach ourselves. I have a question. I'm going to my WhatsApp group. I'm like, oh, ladies, what's up? Do you know how to help me with this? If I didn't have that, or I didn't even forget Google, they answer most of my questions before Google even gives me the right one. So I feel we need to find a group of people that will push us. I hope that answered the question, Ma. I think you're on mute.
Sorry. Yeah, I just got a text about where can they watch. It's on Facebook and it should be on YouTube as well. I
Okay.
am Bunmi Adeniran. You can watch it there. You said something about friends, community, and I always tell people that everything that I do, I probably learn. One thing that I do that I don't learn is talking.
Mm.
I can talk. You know, I went to school to be a nurse. I'm a parenting expert coach. I went to school to be a parenting coach. You know, I learned those things. But talk, I have not learned it. I think I have gotten better because before I didn't have filter. Right now, I have applied a lot of filter to my mouth, so it's getting better with me. But for the young ladies, to buttress what you said, there is something that you can do and you can do very well. Or you know deep inside that if you put effort, you will do it well. Sister Mary said she didn't start baking this good. She probably baked some scattered cake before, you
Oh.
know. She put it in the oven and she brings it out and it's things fall apart. Everything just fall apart. But she kept pushing and kept doing it. So she said to the young girls, surround yourself with good community. Instagram is not your life. Instagram was created by somebody, by the way.
Sure.
And that person was creatively minded. So she said, surround yourself, young girls, surround yourself with people that can edify you, that can bring you up, that can help you. But I'm going to go back to your statement about telling somebody that you want to learn how to bake. And
Mhm.
instead of that person to encourage you, they discourage you. Women, people, please. This world is not made for one person. Unfortunately for you, that you think the world is made only for you.
Mm,
If anybody comes to us and needs help about doing certain things, I know there are some businesses that you need to keep your recipe. That I can tell you that I can do. You can't go to the owner of KFC and tell him to give you his recipe. He won't give it to you. That is a competitive market. But the basic knowledge that you can give people to do better in life, let's share it. It doesn't cost anything.
it
So,
doesn't.
Sister Mary, that being said, you will teach me how to bake cake.
No, voila.
I
No
might
problem.
scatter so many few cakes before before it's not my calling. If I learn how to bake cake, maybe I'm learning how to make sugar-free cake for my age mates.
Okay, so that's another thing. There's no sugar free
Okay.
cake.
There's no sugar-free cake.
No, cake has to have sugar. Cake is a science. So if there's no sugar, the cake is not complete. It's a science. The cake will not form.
So if you would not form.
No, sugar has to be in it.
So now let's talk cake. Since you started cake, we go to those old food stores and they tell us this is organic cake.
Possibly they are using organic ingredients, but maybe fresh eggs. Okay, there are egg-free cakes and all of that now, but there are just a few main ingredients that have to make up a cake. That's my point. Sugar, egg, butter. People use oil, or other things, applesauce and all of that. Um, I use orange in my carrot cakes. So there are a lot of things you could use to substitute. That's where the internet also comes in. But there are just a few ingredients that you can use brown sugar, you can use other things, but there are some things that make up a cake that you cannot take out of. That's my point.
Okay. So can we use sweetener in
No,
cake? So how do diabetics eat cake? Now that we are talking cakes, how do diabetics eat cake?
so we know that carbohydrate breaks down into sugar anyways, right?
Yes.
Uh,
Okay. The cake expert said there's no sugar-free cake. So
I
that
could be
means
wrong, though. I'm
eat
not the
cake.
expert. You.
To me, you bake cake. I don't bake cake.
I'm not
So
an expert at all. I'm still learning. I'm still learning.
okay.
I'm sure if you research, there could be, but if it has to taste like cake, then I just feel it
You
won't
have to
taste
put
the
some
same.
sugar in it.
Yeah, it won't taste the
Thank
same.
you very much. So, Sister Mary, you've talked to us about how you juggle your life. You have an organizer in your house. You use the application on your phone and all those good stuff. So now, how do you deal with people that criticize you negatively in this baking business? Because I know not everybody say, "Oh my God, that is Mary's cake. Oh my God, it tastes so good." I know not everybody says that, right?
They haven't said it to my face, but
Okay. Well, that's
they
true.
probably do. They probably do, but how
How
we're
do you
still
deal with
we're all
critics?
we're all a work in progress. Let me tell anyone who might be watching who've ever had an issue with my cakes, or with me as a person. I'm still a work in progress. I'm not there yet. Nobody is. So I feel we need to judge people from the perspective of which we think they would judge us. People feel everybody else apart from them is perfect, which is a lie or isn't true. Everybody is human. Everybody should be judged fairly. In life, I have been in that situation before where I may have judged other people, but we need to get to the point where we're consciously, even when we in our minds we're saying, "Ah, you should have done better," we should consciously be telling ourselves that, okay, this person will do better, or it's maybe it was a slip up or a mistake, or, and I'm good. I messed up a client's cake. It was during this COVID. I felt so bad. I was even saying, let me refund you your money. And she said, no. And I brought tears to my eye, like, wow. Um, she said, no, that we all make mistakes, that she understands this is not my first cake I was doing for her, and that she understands, and that she understands, Jerry, with the COVID and with the children in the house, and I still gave her an extra cake, just to say I'm sorry, but the fact that she could relate, that empathy, I think that's what we as humans, we need to have that, as human beings. We need to be able to put ourselves in everybody else's shoes. I'm not perfect. So if I even wish that people would, I've had people come back. I had a cake delivery today, pick up today, and the lady texted me and said, oh, can you make the cake a little more moist, because the last one was not as moist as she wanted it. And I was grateful, because if she didn't tell me, I wouldn't know to correct it. So those things make me correct, make me change, make me do better. Criticism can be good.
Positive.
Yeah, I want to hear it. I sometimes I wish I didn't if it's bad, but it could make me do better, try to do better, actually. So I'm just saying that sometimes it's good to put yourself in other people's shoe. We're not all there yet. Nobody is perfect. I guess that's my.
Thank you, my sister. She said criticism is good. We can criticize each other positively, though. You can't put people down and expect them to be motivated.
Yes.
You have to
Guys in love.
criticize. Yes. I remember one day I posted something on my page, and one of my mouth sister like me, she talks too. She's online. I saw her post something not too long ago. Texted me nicely and told me, sister, take that thing off your page. It's not good. She made me feel like I'm special that day. She gave me one celebrity name. And I quickly responded. That was criticism in love. But if she had called me and said, who in the world do you think you are? Then I'm going to post the second version of that story that I posted, and knowing myself and make things worse. So even if Sister Mary bakes a cake that you don't really like, tell her in a nice way and said, oh, Sister Mary, next time make my cake a little bit moist, a little bit soft. In everything that we do, let's criticize in love. Don't let's judge people. There are days that we wake up individually and we are not feeling ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And if you meet me that day, the way I talk right now, if you meet me the days that I'm not feeling myself, I'm not even going to talk to you. And the next judgment is going to be like, oh, she's so proud. So let's give room for people. Don't judge them. Try to put yourself in their shoes, and let's walk in love. My darling sister Mary, you survived. See, it's only 43 minutes. She was like, can I do this? And I'm like,
Look, I'm a small girl.
I know. And I'm like,
I've seen the caliber of people you've interviewed. I'm like, yeah, who am I?
Okay, that's okay. I am Bunmi Adeniran is not for the high and lofty. It's for small growing business. If you have any business that is growing and you can impact your community, you can reach out to me. I will create time to interview you. It's not to promote selling cake alone, but it's to tell other young people. That is why Sister Mary came on board. Is to tell other young people that if Sister Mary can do it, you can do it. If she can learn how to do it, she said Google, YouTube, you can do it as well. So the younger ones online, get yourself hooked up in a passion to do something, and that would help you. It will pay your bills. It will, as a woman. Oh, I forgot something. You said something earlier. You said those money come handy. And I wanted to say, as a woman, help your husband by being handy. Do something, bring some income in. It works. Trust me. As a woman that has been married for 3 decades, I can tell you that if you can bring some extra income to help the man, it does help the marriage. So, Sister Mary, closing thoughts, whatever is in your heart, just pour it.
Okay, so I want to also say, closing comment, because I was helped. It's important that every woman help others. If you feel you've gotten, like you said, not sharing recipes and all that, you can share ideas. I have interns actually that I'm helping. Um, I would gladly teach more people. I don't even, people say, you want to share your skill, you want to, the sky is
Thank
so wide. I wish people will understand that the sky is so wide that if you were not taught, who would
you, learn.
how would you learn and how would it continue? So truthfully, I don't even care what people take away from me, because it's being replenished, so I feel if we as women especially, because there's so much competition, which is sad. As women, we need to not only encourage ourselves, but the opportunity to help other women, to bring up other women, is very important. Like I said, it was a woman that I want to meet, you know, and they were like giving me the side hand and everything. And when I went to meet this lady that finally helped me, and brought me into her community, it was when I was even like asking her, oh, how much should I pay? I was because I was a little skeptical. Like I was already put down by one person. And she was like, girl, please come to my house. She sent me her address. She was like, anytime I'm baking, just come and learn. And I'm passing it forward. I'm I don't even who cares if they take my customers? More people are coming.
Yes.
We need to get to that point where we're sharing knowledge. The Bible is there for us to learn. If somebody hoarded that Bible and said, nobody must learn about Jesus, who would know about the saving grace of Christ?
Mm.
So we need to be able to share ideas, share information, be able to teach and help other women. We're not there yet. So the fact that people think, oh, I can't do this because I don't want this to happen, or helping other people will bring me down, that's a lie. It's in giving that you receive anyways.
Mm.
So that's my final comment. I feel that to be successful as a person, you need to help other people be successful.
Thank you so much. Viewers, I know it was a struggle bringing Sister Mary. I'll be honest with you. She tried to turn me down, but I said, I'm going to use Mommy Coach's power, and you can't turn me down. Why? Because I love what she's doing. I love her husband really well. By the way, her husband is helping. If I look good on this screen, let's just give credit to Brother Bunmi Adeniran. He's changing the way I do things in the studio, helping the studio look better. That's the advantage of being in the body of Christ. I'm going to say that. Not
True.
everybody in the body of Christ is good.
Yes,
Don't go
yes,
and tag yourself with one brother that doesn't want to help you and get
yes.
yourself all messed up. But
Mhm.
sometimes when you are in the company of good brothers and sisters, they edify you, they encourage you, they make you do better. And if I have not given anybody encouragement to do talk show, please welcome. Let's do it together. Let's interview each other. Maybe by that your talent will show, my talent will show. On the line, I have a lot of Sister Mary's friends that doesn't really watch me, but they are watching me today. Sister Funto, that Funto is very, very special because that is my middle name. And I
Huh?
don't see a lot of people bear that name. So I welcome you. Then Red Star, Tosi, there's
Oh wow.
Tosi, Angelisa Yotunde, Rosa Casimiro. Yeah, that one is my lady too. So another Tosi, then we see Sister Biola Tonda, Sayinka Iludure, Sister Dayo. Sister Dayo, the wife of the brother that play guitar and play everything.
Oh, cool.
Uncle Robert. I didn't want to mess up their last name. Sister Omoye, thank you very much. Daniel's Land, the K, the Kehades. Thank you, everybody that has
Thank
joined.
you.
Thank you so much. It's because you love Sister Mary. That is why you have joined us. The Idaho, Ese, but Isaac Konyo. A lot of people have joined that. I Staronti Awana. She says, I'm here too. That one. That one is my sister indeed. The AIM TV 19, all the way from Arlington. You know, the good thing about it is that, and I'm going to say this for especially if you're a Christian online, when the community that are doing the ungodly things are doing something, you see crowd.
Wow.
I mean, just go online, type one immoral thing, and
Mm-hmm.
then you see crowd. But when you see a believer, let's do it. My sake, thank you. Oh, yeah, the AIM TV. I love you, my sake. You know, when Christians are doing something, Sister Mary bakes cakes, and I know a lot of people bake cake. I haven't had a bad day, but I think I will just celebrate something and order. You do cake for my husband, by the way. You don't do cake for me, so let me just say that out so that people can
Ah,
know.
my
Uh,
coach.
yeah,
No.
your coach. You do
Let's leave
cake
that
for my
for behind
husband.
the camera.
You do cake for my husband. One day she just brought this beautiful cake and say it's for coach. I say, hey, God, who will love me? But you know, so she doesn't do cake for me, but it's okay. If you love my
But you
husband,
eat it anyway.
but my name wasn't on it. So if you love my husband, you love me as well. On a serious note, let's promote each other. When your sister has a program, watch it, subscribe, do things that will make it grow. If we don't take over the airways, it doesn't matter. Devil will take it over. And
And that's helping other women too. I
yes,
order things. Sometimes I order things I don't need from women. I'm serious, ma, because I want to be supportive. So, because if I buy, I feel if I buy, the person will be encouraged.
yes, yes,
If
yes.
I have extra $100 or 100 extra 20 or extra 50, I'll just go there, order. Okay, I need this. I don't wear jewelry, but I'm planning to buy jewelry from one of my sisters because I just want to support her. It's not like, and it's not in my budget, but I'm planning to because I need to support her. Because you don't know when that encouragement comes to that person. I feel because I was there. I just needed one person to order cake. I just feel like I said, empathy, putting yourself in other people's shoes.
One
Sorry,
of my sisters. One of my sisters, yes, I mean, I thought you would see the comment. One of my sisters, I said, Mommy, coach, don't worry, I will bake for you. But just ask Mary. My cake doesn't cook in the middle. So today we are just having fun on this program. Sakani, don't cook me. I don't want your cake. Your cake doesn't cook in the middle. How will I eat it? I will eat Sister Mary's cake. To go back to what Sister Mary said, I needed a t-shirt. I'm starting a second chance program tomorrow. Please join me. I am Bunmi Adeniran's community. I'm going to talk about how my mother had to go back to school when I was maybe 3 days old, and she gave me to my grandmother. She didn't abandon me, but my social media people put it as abandon. I'm like, yeah, want to kill me. But they had to tag it in a way to make people watch it. I've corrected that. But then I'm going to talk about a rape experience, a molestation experience. I'm going to talk about all those nasty things that happened to me. I'm not proud of it, but I'm grateful for it because it shaped me to who I am today. All the rape and molestation gave me a boldness to talk. I didn't go timid. Some people react wrongly and go
Mm.
into their shell. Fortunately for me, God gave me more boldness. It's going to happen at I am Bunmi Adeniran community, Facebook community tomorrow at 1 o'clock. You just believe in church. So just put it on your phone and listen to my life story. But back to Sister Mary. Whatever you do, always remember that you are either encouraging or discouraging somebody. You have to do one of, you cannot be neutral. When Jesus Christ came, let's talk about we Christians, he died so that we can be saved. If Jesus Christ has said, Father, I ain't killing myself on that cross for these bad people, I'm going no cross, I'm going
Mm.
back to heaven, all of us would have ended up in hell. So, whatever step we take in life, and as we get older, let's remember somebody is watching. Somebody, you are encouraging somebody, or you are discouraging somebody. You have to do one or the other. Sister Mary has motivated me to know that even my grandchildren, even if their parents don't want to, I'm not taking over your children, so don't call me. But even if you don't want to, I will encourage you to let your children learn skills because it works. It speaks volume in the times that maybe financial stress or something like that. So let's encourage each other. And if you're doing anything you want us to talk about it, holla. Sister Mary, on behalf of I am Bunmi Adeniran, thank you so much. You are coming back. And your next class, you will bake the cake while we're online. But
Oh, cool. Okay.
see, I know how to answer. You will bake a cake while you're online and you'll be telling us the steps. It will be a small cake, not a
Okay.
very big one. You probably would have baked it, put one on the side, but then show us how to mix it. It's going to be my young girls' class. It's not going to
Okay.
be all this grown up. I don't want all this grown up. They already have enough fat. I will like me. So I will get my young girls, ages 12 to 21, and then we'll
Cool.
do a class. I know you've done one for me before years ago that they went to your house. You probably forgot. You
I
allowed
forgot.
the girls to go to your house and you taught them how to bake cake. I
Oh.
remember, yes, that was 5 years ago. Sister ID did tailoring class for my young girls program before. A lot of people have done it. Sister Diola came and taught them how to cook. A Tanzanian lady came and taught them how to cook Tanzanian food. You know, in as much as we can impact life, let's do it. COVID-19 taught me a lesson that I want to share with everybody. I
Hmm.
watched 25-year-old die in my ICU.
Wow.
I watched 30-year-old man die yesterday. I watched 32-year-old man die. And you know what? They were not planning to die. It was just COVID
Hmm.
that came. And don't believe media, oh, please. Media is hyping COVID to create fear. So don't listen to them. But in real life, people can die anytime. What is the legacy you are going to leave? We're not all going to die in Jesus' name now. But let's leave a legacy. Let's do something that people coming behind will say, oh, even when I'm not dead, maybe I'm 100 years old. My children will be able to say, my mom started that, my dad. And some people will come back and say, oh, your grandma, Sister Mary, she taught my mom how to bake cake. It goes a long way. It gives us
Yes.
joy. So let's keep going. Let's keep doing, let's keep impacting life. Let's keep doing something for the community. And I know no matter what it is, we'll win souls to Christ, which is the number one thing we would do. And then we ourselves, we feel fulfilled. So, Sister Mary, thank you so, so
Thank you, Mama.
much.
I really
I really
appreciate the opportunity to be
appreciate
here. Thank you.
you. And my cake, not too much sugar, just a little bit of carrot and whatever you can put in it. Thank you so much, viewers. I'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Texas time, which is 7 p.m. Nigerian time on Second Chance. Please join me and see how God gave me a second chance. God bless you. Have a good one. Love you guys.